Okay, welcome to this morning Daoyin practice. Let's begin flowing like water. Today, feel from your hips down into the roots of your legs. And if it's comfortable, have your knees a little bit bent, which will warm up the larger muscle groups in your quads. And let your upper body flow out of your roots that are deep into the earth. Remember that each element can go through phases, which some of us are experiencing. We may get snow and then sleet and then a warm rain. That water can flow into a lake or a pond where on a hot day it then evaporates up into cloud form. And so water fluidly moves through these phases. But earth also moves through these phases. It can be molten lava, compressed gems, hard stone, fertile, pliable soil. So from the roots at your feet, circle the arms skyward and release them earthward. And note how each of the elements can change phases. From the brand new flames of a just lit fire to the coals and embers of the fire fading out, but still offering a little heat. Hands towards the earth, take them the other way. And feel into how change is more common than a phase that doesn't change. How transformation is a part of our life. And releasing your hands down towards earth, float your arms either a little out or up to rest on the horizon, and turn the left palm up, right thumb under until the right palm is up behind you, and then slowly switch. Knees still soft. Focus on the movement of the arms. Make sure this isn't hurting your rotator cuff. You don't have to turn as far if that's the case, or you can bring your arms down low for the rotation. Let yourself become the humble snake sliding through the grasses. Belly right on the earth. And feel as you move into the tendons that connect the muscles to the bones in your shoulders. And release the arms down. And gather in the humility, the ability to shed skin and to grow of the snake. Let this settle into your physical form. And step your feet in as baby snake and lift your arms skyward. Remember, the hands can be wider apart or interlaced. Inhale, stretch your feet into earth. Reach your hands for the sky and twist gently in one direction. And then in the other. Baby snake inside your egg casing, curious, exploring this small environment that you live inside. And as a human being, exploring the sphere of energy that extends out around you, coming to center, let the palms reach forward towards the earth and up the center channel of the body. And reach out from the body, feeling into the orb of energy that you create, that extends beyond your physical form. Remembering you can bring the hands just down to the hips or to the knees or all the way to the earth, depending on how warmed up you are this morning. And next time you come up, extending the palms, turn to the right, let the hands circle down past the pelvis and up to the left. And maybe the arms circle down towards the knees. And maybe they circle down towards the earth. But remember, effortless effort. Reaching the palms for the sky. Take your circles the other way. Maybe you start easy with hands towards the hips or the knees. Perhaps eventually reaching towards the earth. Reaching skyward. Pause with your breath. And get ready to send your energy outward as your hands burst through the eggshell at the top and you're released into the greater world. Stepping your feet wider towards Wuji. Inhale, gather energy from earth, from the sky, and allow these qualities of snake, humble, willing to shed what is no longer necessary, the ability to transform into the lower Dantian, present with your breath. And reach up behind you for the moonlight. And exhale, draw it down from the sky and across the landscape. And inhale, reach up. And exhale, draw down. And play with the passing of day and night. The movement of the moon across the skyscape. The spinning of our small planet. And as you reach up for the moonlight, feel the stretch from your tendons near the bones. And as you come back down, allow your roots to deepen into earth. Invite in the moonlight and the starlight and the open sky while you stay rooted to this earth. And as you're ready, come back to center and release your arms. And pause with your breath, feeling into what's beneath you and above you. What's all around you. Breathe your awareness of the space around you into the lower Dantian. Radiate your awareness to the outer edges of your snake egg casing. And step your feet a little closer and allow the knees to bend out over your toes. And exhale, float back up. And inhale, float down. And exhale, float up. Feel into your feet on the floor. The muscles there. How they connect into bone. Feel into the knees as they move. How these joints are moved by the myofascial web, the connective tissue of the tendons. Let body follow breath, inhaling and exhaling. three-dimensional breath. Feel into the circumference of your upper legs. Noticing the work of the myofascial tissue between knee and waistline. Body in motion, present in the body. And come back up again. Pause with your breath. And let yourself become the deer walking across the landscape. Left leg reaches forward, left arm forward, right hand at the left elbow. Drape your arms as if you were draping them over a landscape and look out gently over the right shoulder. 70% of your weight is in the back leg. The front leg could be lifted off the floor. It's just resting there long and straight. Pause like a deer quiet in the forest. And exhale. Release your hands back down by the hips and float right leg, right arm farther forward. Left hand lands even with the elbow. We look out over the left shoulder. Feel the strength of the muscles in your right hip, your right leg, your right foot. Relax the muscles around your collar. Let the elbows be lower than your shoulders. Rest the arms. And draw them gently back in. Pausing quiet. Make of your hands hooves and take the hooves to the left, heel to the right, and track your antlers, pinky, index finger, and thumb reaching skyward in an arc across the sky. Right elbow into your waistline, left side body extending as you look behind you, taking a few breaths, settling into this standing practice. And exhaling the antlers back across the sky into hooves in front of you. Take the hooves to the right, heel to the left. Track the antlers across the sky, bringing the left elbow into your waistline, extending the right arm long, fluid breath. And inhale the antlers back across the sky until they're hooves in front of you. Take the hooves to the left and heel to the right. Track the antlers across the sky and notice on your screen, I'm giving you the back view because some people are wondering what happens with the arm. As you twist around, you're looking back. The palm behind you is up and the elbow is in towards your waistline as you lengthen the side body, breathing into your ribs. And then we exhale and come back around, antlers becoming hooves in front of you. Take the hooves to the right, heel to the left, track the antlers across the sky, lunging towards the left leg, bringing the left. I don't know if I'm doing that right now because I'm not mirroring you. Elbow into your side body. Lengthen the back side as you turn to look behind you. Fluid breath. And lift your antlers to track them across the sky. Let the antlers tune into hooves and bring your feet back together and rest into your Wuji. Feel what it's like to be deer in the forest, quiet and still. Deer is the animal of spring, of wood element. And float your antlers up around your head, soft fists. And step the right leg back, right hand to the hip, lifting the left antlers to the sky. Bow, bending the back leg, straight front leg, and bend down to the bushes or to the plants on the forest floor. Breathing in as you honor earth and allow for a stretch in the muscles and tendons. Fluid, three-dimensional breath. And we exhale and float back up to quiet deer standing in the forest. And we feel into what's beneath us and above us and all around us. And we quiet the body. And step the left foot back, left hand to the hip, stretch the right antler skyward and bow. Left leg bends, right leg stays straight. And we breathe into the stretch. We witness the inner landscape. And we exhale back up. And we step back into deer quiet in the forest. And we release our antlers. And we inhale, gathering in earth and gathering in the sky, drawing in moonlight and starlight, snake and deer, and letting them settle into our physical forms. This practice helps us remember we are interwoven with each other, part of a great interbeing. And we step our feet together. And stepping the right foot to the right, the arms lift, palms up, and the pinkies come together, and the fingers dive deep into the heart. We inhale, lifting the heart towards the sun. We exhale, step the right leg into center. We inhale, step left leg out. Exhale, pinkies together, fingers into the heart. We inhale, lift the heart sunward. And exhale, step together. And we inhale, stepping right. And we exhale, digging into the heart to clear it and lift it on the inhale. Exhale, stepping together. Inhale, left. Exhale, fingers into the heart center. Inhale, lifting a cleared heart. Exhale, center. We inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And we inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And we inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And we inhale and exhale and inhale and exhale. And we pause again in Wuji. And we feel into the process of clearing the heart, honoring the sun, the fire of the heart, as the seasons change. In like a lion, out like a lamb, lamb and lion, lamb and lion, fluid breath. We're going to try a new one today. Inhale your right hand around so that the back of the hand rests on your sacrum, palm out. And inhale, lift the left arm out to your side. Exhale, twisting from the waist, bending at the knees. Let the left hand track around to the outside of the right leg. Inhale from your roots, feeling the strength of the roots growing down, unwind. Let the left arm open out back behind the left side, twisting to look up into the sky. Pluck a star from the sky and exhale. Take that starlight around to the right, twisting from the waistline, tracing the Big Dipper. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, draw the starlight in through your body. Let it rest down into you. And on the inhale, switch hands. Left hand now on your back, right hand rises out to the side. And then we exhale and we twist from the waistline, bringing the right hand around to the outer left leg. And then from our roots, we unfurl and we inhale, reaching from the roots up towards the sky. We twist around, unwinding, and we pluck a star from the night sky and we bring the starlight across, still watching our hand to the right. And then we draw it back to center. And we exhale, drawing the Big Dipper's light, the starlight down through our bodies, fluid breath. And on the inhale, the right hand comes behind you. The left arm rises out to the left. Exhale, twist it around to the outside of the right leg. Feel how you've wound down into your roots. From your roots, unfurl, unwinding the body and twisting to the left, reaching into the night sky behind you. Pluck a star and draw that star across the body, create the Big Dipper, and inhale back to center and draw the light down through your physical form. And as you're ready, inhale, right arm lifts out, left hand on your back. Exhale, wind the right arm around to the outside of the left leg. Really root down into earth and then unfurl your body from the tendons, connecting the bones. Let the muscles reach back to the right side behind you. Pluck a star from the sky and bring it all the way around to the left, twisting from your waistline. And then inhale back to center and draw this beautiful night sky into your body, deep into the roots of your being. And inhale. Let the hands switch place. Let the left arm rise and exhale. Twist it around to the outside of the right leg. Feel into your roots, ground into earth, and then inhale and unfurl. Reaching back behind you slowly. Pluck a star and exhale it across the body. Inhaling back to center. Release the lifted hand and draw the starlight into your body. And on your inhale, switch. Right hand rises out to the side, crosses to the outside of the left leg as you really feel your roots. From your roots, unwind your muscles and tendons to reach back way behind you over the right shoulder, plucking a star out of the sky. Draw the Big Dipper across the body to the left and inhale back to center. releasing starlight down into your roots. And as you're ready, switch. Inhale, the left arm rises. Exhale, it twists around to the outside of the right leg. Unfurl from your roots. Let the growing be slow. Let the plant reach up deep into the night sky. To the left, pluck a star, twisting it around through the sky to the right, and inhaling back to center to draw the starlight down into the body and rest yourself into Wuji. Feel into your awareness of what's above you, what's behind you, what's all around you, what's all around our tiny planet Earth. Fluid breath. And on this planet, weather crosses. We inhale to the left with the right hand, palm down towards the lifted left hand, and we gather clouds and we draw them across the landscape to the right. And as we're ready, the hands switch so that the left hand draws the clouds across, back over to the left. And the hands circle and we draw the clouds back to the right. Move at your own pace. Feel the clouds drifting across the landscape. The weather changes and patterns. Let yourself float like the clouds between earth and sky. Feel how your cloud can grow lighter with the rain falling, can become wispy and almost non-existent, and then fill again, releasing snow, perhaps hail or sleet, constantly in transformation, just like the moving tissues of our bodies. And float back to center. Fluid breath. And stepping in, let your wings rise out to the side like the phoenix rising out of the ashes. Exhale, dive low. The arms cross near the knees and reach skyward. They uncross into wings and we float to one toe or float one knee and we soar across the horizon. And the phoenix lands and ages and inhale rises and exhale falls into the ashes and inhale lifts back out of the ashes and exhale soars. Fluid breath. The knee can lift or you can stay on one toe. Relaxing into breath and body in this present moment. We step down, wings come down. Inhale, wings rise. Exhale, the arms circle the knees, cross each other, and lift out of the ashes. We float up to the next toe, or perhaps lift the knee. And we float on the waves of air through time until it's time again to step down, release the wings, inhale. Exhale, circle the arms down through the ashes. Inhale, rise up and float and soar to a lifted toe or a lifted knee. And we rest down back into Wuji. And we inhale. And we take in earth. And we take in sky. And we take in starlight. And we take in the phoenix. And we feel how everything moves and changes. And how we're along for the ride. Fluid breath. And after the clouds cross the sky, sometimes they leave a rainbow with the rain. Opening our arms, palms up, we dip the left end of the rainbow towards earth, bending the back right leg, front leg straight. And then we take the rainbow the other way, bowing the lower edge of the rainbow towards earth. We dance the rainbow through the sky, side to side, shifting our bodies, knowing the rainbow won't last long, but enjoying the dance of colors across the landscape, being present as the rainbow shifts, grows bold, and gently fades. We float back up and release our arms into Wuji and come back to the breath. And looking up into the night sky again, we see the azure dragon of the east. And we lift our dragon hands and we hold blocks of tofu in each one. And we exhale and undulate the arms and the spine to twist one direction and then the other. And we exhale, breathing clouds out into the environment. We, as Azure Dragon, represent the Tao, the continual flow of emptiness into 10,000 things and back to emptiness. Fluid breath. We undulate, feeling into each tissue, each cell, knowing they're coming and going right now inside this body. Just like clouds across the landscape. And next time we undulate to twist to the left, we press the right forearm forward, the left forearm back behind us in a front lunge. Looking down towards the earth, we look back towards our left hand. And we relax into dragon stance. And we feel into our building strength, modifying the pose as needed. And we exhale back into motion, breathing clouds. As your dragon now twists to the right, pressing the left forearm forward, right forearm back, looking back behind towards the left forearm. We play with balance and strength. And very aware of the breath, we unwind back to movement, feeling how we can open the tendons, release connective tissue, make it more water-like. And we bring our hands down to the lower dantian, and we begin to swim skyward out of the waters of earth and into the sky. We fly like an undulating serpent across the sky, remembering that we go with the flow, that we stay present in this one unique moment, this one breath, this one movement. And we settle back down into the ocean of our body. And we rest into Wuji, breathing in from every pore, moving the chi. We inhale, gathering in earth and sky and rainbow and azure dragon. And we gather in this harvest, these energies, and we rest into Wuji, fluid breath. And then we find a playful way to work with our connective tissue. Everyone step your right leg forward and your left leg a little back into bow stance. And bend like a lunge into the front right leg and open your wings, almost like a warrior two pose, palms up. Now, reach out with both hands and draw those hands in, curling them into internal rotation. Draw the front fist in toward your chest, the back hand up your back, and then release the arms back out again, long, both palms up. Okay. So when we draw in next time, we're going to take our pelvis back, bend into the back leg. Draw your hands into your fists, up the back body and into the chest. And then open the arms back up, lunging over the front leg. And draw back in. Act like you're pulling on something with each fist in towards your body. And then release back out, palms up. Now imagine you have 9 cows by their tails and you're drawing them in towards you. You're pulling them in towards your spine. And then you're releasing back out, lunging over the front leg. As you draw them in, hinge back over the back leg and release back out over the front leg. And continue to pulse your body at your own breath. Inhaling, open arms. Exhaling, twisting in. So you can begin twisting towards the forward arm shoulder as you draw in, twisting in, and then releasing back out. And feel how as you pull in the cows by their tails, you're using the roots of the muscles down near the bone to draw in and to release back out. Moving slowly from the roots of your body. I love this idea of pulling the cows in. You can be kind of gentle. And remember, it's your imagination. So the cows could be light. They could even be balloons that you're pulling in and releasing back out. And then let's switch, stepping the left foot forward, right foot back in our bow stance. Opening the arms, left arm forward, right arm back, wide open heart, bending into the left knee. And we inhale, draw in, and exhale, unwind, unfold, bend over the front knee. Inhale, draw in, take the hips back over the back leg. Exhale, unfurl, open. We inhale in and, well, let's inhale, arms open. Exhale into the twist. Inhale, arms open. Exhale into the twist. So this back arm wraps around when we come back, and then we open and we come back. And if that hurts your rotator cuff, then be gentle, modify that action. Fluid breath, working with our tendons, with our spring transitional weather from winter. Fluid breath. And next time you open up, step your feet back in and rest deep into the earth. Fluid breath. Feel into your body. Notice if there's warmth near the joints from the drawing in and the unwinding we've done in class today. Now let yourself become an acorn or a ponderosa pine seed, settling deep into the soil. Sink your hips, sink your heart center, sink your shoulders and even your mind down into the soils of earth. Visualize drawing energy in through bubbling springs point, water and nutrients up into your seed shell as it softens. Let roots grow out, down into the soil, and let your spine begin to rise towards the sky. As you ground yourself as an oak or a pine or a Douglas fir or spruce, let your hips down become deep in the earth, rooting, stretching out, press out as if you were pressing into contending forces into the outer legs. Press down into your roots, lengthen the spine skyward. And inhale, lift your arms, elbows soft. And next inhale, open your arms to the forest. And exhale, gather the energy of the forest into your one unique tree. And inhale, open. And exhale, closed. And again, the knees can straighten and they can bend. And we pulsate the energy that's moving through our body. And we remember that energy interacts with everything around us. This interbeing, we are the oak tree. We are the pine. We are the water we all drink. We are changing like the seasons. And release your arms, stepping your heels together. Visualize the birds that are coming into our neighborhoods this springtime. For me, the red-shouldered hawks are back, and several different songbirds. Inhale, open your left wing, your left foot. Exhale, back to center. Inhale and exhale. There's a whole family of woodpeckers. in my home forest. I was kind of sad to leave because there are so many birds kind of transitioning through, inhaling and exhaling. Draw in the birds you love, how these shifting seasons usually speak to them and must be kind of confusing as they change differently this year. And we breathe back to center and we inhale, elbows out, buoying the heart. And as the elbows lift out, the knees bend and we straighten the limbs and we bend the limbs. And this too is a pulsation. In yoga, in Sanskrit, it's a spanda, a fluid breath. And as the limbs straighten, we may lift to the balls of our feet or not, deciding what's best in our body. And we land our heels and let the wings rise and the beaks close. And we open our arms on the horizon and close the beaks and open. A fluid breath. We are the birds in spring migration. We are working the heart meridian as we work through the crane form. We release the hands to our sides and we inhale, float the wings up, and we can stay on our two crane legs or bring one leg forward, bending into the standing knee, lifting to the toe of the other foot, and perhaps floating the foot up. Fluid breath, honoring all the birds. Their strength, their tenacity inside their grace. And this time, let's inhale up and pause, relaxing as much as we can into our stance. And stepping down and inhaling up the other leg and exhaling, bending our standing leg. If the knee is comfortable doing that. If it is, you will build strength. If not, it's okay to stay still. Fluid breath. Perhaps the foot rises, perhaps it doesn't. Honoring this idea of effortless effort. Fluid breath. Floating on the waves of air. And perhaps next time we float up and pause and rest into the stance. And release back down, pausing as crane, feeling into the wings and the feather tips of our fingers, feeling for chi moving. If it's comfortable, close your eyes and let yourself gaze into the inner landscape for a few moments. If not, look down at the floor, rest your eyes. A fluid, three-dimensional breath. Noticing energy moving inside the body. Feeling warmth in the hands. Let your feet step outer hip distance wide again and bring your hands around an energy ball. And it's kind of like our cloud form, but instead we're moving this energy ball around to the right and we're turning it over and taking it around to the left. And we're working to keep this ball of energy the same size as we move our hands around the ball, shifting it from side to side. Fluid breath. Even as the hands circle around the ball, we work to keep the energy ball the same size. Fluid breath. And then we see, can we do that without watching? Fluid movement. Feeling for a gentle resistance between the palms. And then gaze back on the ball. We take the ball in whatever direction we'd like to take it. And we may even turn the whole body as we follow the ball of energy between our hands around the room. And we can bring it lower towards the ground and up towards the sky, working to keep the ball about the same size and shape, experimenting with energy. And then we make the ball snowball size and we hold it in one hand. Let's say we hold it in the left hand and we bring it up towards the sky. The right hand cups the lower dantian as if we're showing the ball to the guardians in the celestial mansions in the sky. And then we exhale and we shift and lift the ball the other way. And we exhale and we shift and we come through center and we shift. Fluid breath. This exercise always reminds me of a child. Now let the hand at the lower dantian come behind your back like you're cupping two beautiful orbs of light. And we shift one behind the back, one towards the sky. Fluid breath. Feel your roots into the ground and lengthen skyward from your roots, like when we were unfurling up to the Big Dipper. Stay aware of how your tendons allow the muscles to stretch away from bones. And come back to center, both palms over the lower dantian. Draw a deep breath into the lower dantian. From the lower dantian, settle your roots deep into the earth. From the lower dantian, grow your awareness up your spine to your heart center. And imagine drawing energy from deep inside the earth up to the heart center. And allow your branches of your arms to unfurl from the heart center, lifting the heart, grow out through the crown. Still energy from the lower dantian roots you into earth. We unfurl from the heart center, expanding. And from the lower dantian, we lengthen up even through the third eye, through the crown skyward. And with our feet still rooted to earth, we allow our arms to expand out forever in either direction. And our heart to lift well up into the stars we plucked earlier in practice. And we allow our skin to grow more of a loose weave so that the energy can move easily into us and from us. And we let go stagnant energy. When we draw in energy from the universe, right back down through the heart, through the crown, through the spine, deep into our roots. Let your hands release. Pause for a moment in Wuji, feeling into what's above you and behind you and all around you. Sink into the hug of gravity. Feel yourself dangling off our little planet. And let your arms rise, bending from the elbow to rest your palms on the circle of the earth, the sphere of the earth. Rest each finger onto the earth, the palm. Rest your arms. A fluid breath. Let energy move from the universe through you into our small and beautiful planet. Let energy from our small, beautiful planet move through you out into the universe. Now let your hands rise up, palms facing out towards the stars. Let your hips sink and be held by earth. Your heart sink to be held by your hips. And let your open hands gather energy. Let yourself be a conduit of energy between earth and sky. Relax, open so the energy can flow through you in both directions. And release. Okay. Let's gently reach for a chair. And let's come to sitting. And let's bring in some yoga blocks. And let's bring in our yoga therapy ball today. And let's begin with the yoga therapy ball. Bringing it right under one sit bone on the chair. We'll circle with this real deep awareness we've developed through our practice. Bring your attention now to the ball and the sit bone. Encircle the sit bone. Gently pressing on all the connective tissue around the sit bone. Releasing and opening the body. When you've circled one side for a little while, take the ball out and just feel the difference. Notice what you notice about each buttock, each side of the spine, each leg. And then take the ball to the other side and circle the sit bone. So this is when I have it would be nice to have a padded chair that had a little grip to it, or you could put a yoga mat on the chair. Like my mom has this little piece of mat. You could put that under the ball for a little bit more purchase if you feel like you're too loose. The ball's kind of trying to get away from you. Fluid breath all around the circumference of the sit bone. Very different from me side to side, which part of the tissue connecting to the sit bone is tight. A fluid breath. You may spend a little more time on the tight places. And then when you're ready, come off the sit bone and rest both buttocks on the chair. And bring the yoga therapy ball now under one femur bone. And just nod that femur a little bit back and forth across the ball. Or using your hands on the arms, you can roll a little in one location behind the hamstrings. And then perhaps you walk the ball down towards your knee a little farther. You can rock forward to back or side to side. You can roll the ball a little if you can get a purchase on the chair. Just noticing the hamstrings. What's tight inside the physical tissue of your leg down towards your knee. We don't go right on to the knee, but we can come towards the knee. Saying hello to this part of our inner landscape. Let's draw the ball under the other side. And you can wag a little side to side or move up and down, exploring the leg, exploring the connection of tissue. And if you feel tight and stuck in some places, there might be fascial tissue that's stuck together. We're bringing awareness to the area. I see you, I feel you, I'm noticing. And then let that go. And let's open the legs wide and bring the blocks forward. And come into a wide-legged forward fold. Sit bone on the front edge of the chair, knees wide. Inhale, lift the heart. Find your shoulder blades on the back body, long back of the neck, and hinge forward, reaching for the blocks. Feel into, is there more opening between sit bones and the tissue of the hamstrings? And pause here and rock a little side to side. Maybe taking the blocks forward and wide into a wide-legged forward fold. Petting your dog or your cat. Fluid breath. Drawing the breath deep into the whole circle of the lowest ribs. Into the hinge of the hips. Into the tractioning spine. And then draw the blocks a little closer, leaving them there. Float back up. Walk the legs together, push back on the chair. Hold the right side of the chair and lean left. And sway the body forward to back. And nod the head yes. And look out over the left shoulder and continue nodding the head yes. Fluid breath. And as you're ready, come back to center, holding the left side of the chair, lean right. And sway the body and nod the head. And feel how you're stretching the connective tissue that connects muscle to bone. Look out over your right shoulder, nodding yes. Feel how you're stretching connective tissue in the neck, the upper shoulder, how if this is too tight, it could compress the cervical vertebrae of the neck. And come back to center. And again, draw a dime-sized circle with your nose. Let it get a little larger and a little larger. And really let your consciousness settle into the tissue that connects the bones of your skull into the neck. And invite a fluidity here that can travel all the way down your spine. And the circling can get larger as long as it feels okay in your unique neck. And take the circles the other way. And come back to center. And imagine the hot air balloon lifting you from center palate. Relax your shoulders away from the lift. Breathe into awareness of a long neck rising out of your shoulder girdle. And notice, are your shoulders curled forward around the heart? If they are, draw your shoulder blades wide on the back body. Let your arms release to your sides. Palms turning forward, shoulders strong on the back ribs. Breathe into the whole circumference of the rib cage. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Relaxing the jaw. Perhaps move forward on your chair again. Keep the shoulder blades on your back and hinge forward from the hips. Come to where the spine moves towards parallel with the floor. Shoulders still broad, neck still lengthening out of the collar. Bring your hands down to your blocks. Place your right hand on the block. Float your left wing up onto your rib cage. Take a deep breath. And exhale, root down into the right hand as you float the left wing open. Only twist as far as feels right in your body, keeping your knees open over your second metatarsals. Deep breath into the abdomen, stretching the tissue around your ribs, stretching your quadratus lumborum between hip and ribs. Exhale, release your lifted left wing and switch sides, floating the right shoulder blade onto the back. Keeping the intention of knees open, lift the right wing. Breathe into the twist. Can you relax the collar and keep the neck long? Notice where the head of your arm bones is in space. Make sure the head of the arm bone isn't running into walls or ceiling. Fluid breath. Exhale, release the lifted wing and float back up, taking your knees around to the right, hands to your heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, beginning with the eyes, let your head twist. And then let the thoracic spine of the rib cage twist. Bring the back of your right hand against the left knee and open the left wing. See if you can bring the left wing down to the seat of the chair. And holding the seat for a moment, can you lift and lengthen through the crown? Then release the arm, and perhaps the palm can float out and up. Guide the twist from the head of the arm bone, not the wrist. A fluid breath. Notice if you're jutting your chin forward and leaning towards your left hand. Instead, let the hyoid bone rest into the neck crease, lift through the crown. Feel the breath opening the connective tissue inside the body. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Take the legs to the other side. Inhale, float the heart skyward. And exhale, begin the twist from the eyes, looking out the far right corners, allowing the head to follow, and then the shoulders and the ribs. And finally, the low back as you unfurl into the pose. See if you can bring your right hand to the chair for a moment and stretch up, feeling into the pose. Now, don't push too hard. Don't feel bone on bone if you have osteoporosis. And float the wings open, relax the back of the collar. Breathe into the heart center, into the tissue that asks for a massage here. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Come back to sitting forward. Pause with one hand inside the other, thumbs touching. A yoga mudra for circulating the prana, the way we were circulating the chi earlier. Fluid breath. Inviting energy to circulate fluidly through our whole physical form. Nod the head yes. Letting the hyoid bone rest up and into the neck crease when you nod the chin towards the sternum, pause. See if you can lift the base of the skull. Like the hot air balloon now has a hook around the base of the skull and is lifting it. Breathe into any tension between the skull and the shoulders or the neck. And gently rock your head a little side to side, chin going left and going right. And then release your hands out to your knees. Let your head bow forward and imagine a swan dipping its head into a lake and curl the head back up to rest on top of the spine. Do this a few times, letting the head fall forward into the water and lift with the neck first, unfurling the neck out of the water. Roll the head up on top of the spine. One more time. Dip the head down into the water. Lift with the back of the heart and then the cervical vertebrae. And then roll the head on top of the spine. Pause here. Shoulder blades strong on the back body, heart open. Head over heart, over pelvis, over center of the earth. Opening the conduit of our bodies. Okay. Let's take the chair so that we can put our legs up. Bring in a blanket if you'd like, a bolster or a block for underneath your pelvis, and come into your waterfall pose. Calves resting on the seat of the chair. Draw the bolster under and the blanket over you. Let yourself wiggle around as much as necessary to get settled. Invite breath into the bowl of your pelvis. Relax your heart, the back of your heart center onto earth. Release your jaw, your eyes back in their sockets. Let yourself melt into the soil of earth. Feel into relaxing the whole myofascial web, letting the connective tissue rest and release. Just a little bit of energy. Check in with your belly. Is it relaxing? The muscles of your hips, muscles around your spine. Breathe into the heart center and notice if there's any tension that can let go there. Breathe into the mind and notice if there's any tension or tightness that could be let go there. Gently bring energy back into your fingers and your toes. Deepen the breath. And as you're ready, take off your blanket and lift your limbs towards the sky and let them shake. Shake out any last tension, residual, hypertonic tension that's holding on. And then bringing your feet to the seat of the chair, lift your pelvis, lower your hips, and hug your knees into your chest. Deep breath. Massage your legs a little bit up and down the shins. And as you're ready, roll yourselves up to a comfortable seat. Feel into your body now, your fluid breath. Let's inhale our hands to our hearts. May we be present with ourselves. May we feel how we change in transition right along with the clouds and the weather. May we be present with it all. Namaste. And thank you for your practice.